Hello, guys, and welcome to our PBL project, which involve chemistry and creative design and innovation. So, for this PBL, we have created an interactive educational game with by Humam and me, Umar Nadem. Humam is in 11H and I'm in 11E.
Okay, so for now, we'll talk about the outline and the objectives of our chemistry project. So first of all, we'll start by showing you the introduction to our project-based learning. Second of all, we are going to show you how is this game played. Third of all, we'll show you what is the scientific background and why did we choose the subject. Fourth of all, we will talk about the experimental steps and then the data analysis and then the obstacles we faced and what did we learn and then the conclusion.
Okay, so let me introduce you to our PBL. Many people have a difficulty when it comes to understanding a specific subject or a specific lesson when taught in the traditional manner. But in this study, we will primarily assist students in solving many of the problems that teaching faces today, and one of the most solutions that me and Humam have discovered is to create an educational video game that is both fun to play and provides an easier way for many students to receive information. This is a game that Humam and I created. We created it using the Roblox, and it involves virtual Lego-like characters. However, we are making the game to help the students.
Okay, so for now, we'll talk about how is this game played exactly. So first of all, as you know, you need to get spawned in a specific location or a small room, which you will also get to choose between 2 to 3 subjects, which are chemistry and creative design, and electricity and magnetism. So when you choose a specific subject, we will choose chemistry, because this is a chemistry presentation. You will spawn in another room, which from there you can choose between 3 to 4 lessons, which are the molar mass, the quantum chemistry, which includes some of the electron configuration questions, the electron configuration and the basic chemistry, and for the last room and the most important one, which is the new lesson that we never took, which is alkane, alkene, and alkyne. So after choosing any lesson that you would like, you will solve 15 or 20 questions, depend on each lesson. So after entering the lessons that you chose, you will be in front of a big block that contains the questions, which could be one of the 3 type of questions, true or false, multiple choice, and free response. So in order to enter this room, you need to answer the question by typing it in the chat. So there will be also no time limit for the question, so you can take your time while answering. And then after solving, it will take you into a portal, which is a parkour or a fun room. In this room, you will try not to die, because you might repeat the whole game, which includes jumping through blocks and getting ahead to the reward room from there. And when you reach the reward room, you need to show the teacher a proof, so you can spin a wheel of fortune in real life, which you can receive rewards such as snacks and candies and toys and other things. So for now, we'll talk with Umar Nadwa about the scientific background.
Okay, so roughly we added around 50 questions based on chemistry for this game, which cover 4 easy or difficult lessons, which are molar mass, quantum chemistry, electron configuration, and basic chemistry, and finally alkene, alkane, and alkyne.
So for now, we'll talk about the experimental steps and the ways that we started our game. So how did we start our game first? We started our game by studying students from our school and asking them, how can we make the learning more fun and beneficial as well? And as you know, most of them think that the virtual way is the way to go for the education. And so me and my colleague Omar Nadam, we started formulating the actual research, which included some of the questions that we will be adding to our game, and how the actual model of the game would be. And then as well, finding a game builder for free, which we found Roblox Studio for it. And then we need to start building the model and drawing it in a paper or a pen. And as well, formulating some other questions that we could add in the future. And then we started adding the additional fun feature, which is, for example, the parkour and the reward room and many other things. And so finally, we started improving the game codes and the glitches that we had while building the game. And also building the online feature that I will show you in a video later, and how can we play how can we play the game with other people. And so after publishing it, everyone could play it anytime with their mobile phone or their laptop. And now we will talk with Omar Nadam about the data and analytics.
Okay, so here we have 4 graphs. The first one to the left, you can see how the game increases the fun and relaxation for the students, so the students can retain vocabulary easily. We have 40% that strongly agree to that, and another 40 who agree, and 20 who have not decided. As you can see, there was no one that disagreed. The one below it, we have here a bar graph to show the growth in teacher use of digital content in the past 3 years. Now we have the one in the top right. It shows us the number of internet users worldwide. And this we are hoping to have a significant impact on this graph for our teachers to show the students how to use this game and to have a fun time while learning. Below it, you can see how do you typically have your students use digital games. For example, 30% use the digital games alone or individually. And for homework, we have 5%, and many more.
And now we will talk about the obstacles that we faced while building our game. So there were so many obstacles that we faced in creating our game. So, and I will tell you about some of the examples of how could we found a solution for it. For example, finding a software building app was so hard because some of them were really hard to use, and some of them we had to pay money to use it. So we needed to also use the right codes so we can bring our game together. And as well, finding questions that we could include in our educational game. And designing the model was a hard task too. And the game, and finally finding new fun idea for the game, which is the parkour that we included later. But the hardest obstacle that was really hard to avoid was coding the game, because if you mess up a single line of code, it could result in messing up the whole system of questions, because each system of questions has a different code. So we need to be really careful and patient with it. And as well, how did we overcome these obstacles? So there are so many ways of overcoming the obstacles that we faced. For example, I used different coding parts each time I messed up in the code. And I also tried to build a newer code so it could hold the questions that I assigned well without any glitches and mistakes. So for now, we'll talk with Omar about what did we learn.
So, the project-based learning. What did we learn? There are a lot of things we learned in this project or during making this educational game, starting with coding. We learned how to develop new codes without using Google or without wasting time. In addition, we learned many chemistry-related skills, such as solving quantum chemistry equations and learning molar masses for new elements. We also improved our skills in electron configuration and basic chemistry. We know how to solve basic chemistry questions, and most importantly, we learn new things about alkane, alkene, and alkyne without even taking the lesson. For example, they have different bond types and they do not share the same characteristics and formulas.
So for now, we'll talk about the conclusion. So in conclusion, we hope that our educational game that me and my colleague Omar Nadam created could have a potential or a benefit in improving a student's skills in schools. And as well, having fun is important too, with your friend or a partner that you will play with. And we also wish our educational game could help teachers and gamers as well, which could help them in their cognitive abilities in the future. We also wish that the codes and the ways of building the game that we included in the video could help beginners in developing educational games for their personal use, and as well spreading the new educational way to others. And so for now, we will show you some of the codes that me and my friend included. So here are some of the codes that we added. So for example, this is the door code, the portal code that we added. And here is the other code that we are added about the question door. And there are many codes that we added, but we want to include them in this presentation. Thank you very much for watching this presentation. Goodbye. Hey guys, today I'll be showing you my chemistry game that I told you about. This is the PBL project that me and Omar done. So, as I told you, we'll show you the online features that we can play with friends and colleagues. So, first of all, here you can see this is my other account that I can play with. So as you can see, I can write anything and we can enjoy time. For example, I can write hello and hi and anything that we want. So the benefit of this thing is so we can play run and we can play anything with your friends while also learning new things in school. So as I told you, there are 3 parts of the lessons. For example, chemistry, electricity and CDI, but we are going to choose the chemistry because this is a chemistry presentation. So after choosing the subject that you desire to answer, so now you need to choose between 4 different subjects for the chemistry. So for example, we can choose between molar mass, quantum chemistry, electron configuration and the basic chemistry, and for the last subject included which we didn't take, which is called alkane, alkene and alkyne. So for the sake of this video, we are going to answer the alkane and alkene and alkyne chemistry questions since we didn't take them and since they are the hardest that we have in this game. So for example, how can we answer the question door here? So we need to type the correct answer for each of the questions in the chat. So as we can see here, which one of the following compounds is an alkene? So as we know, there should be a triple bond between the C's. So the answer is supposed to be B. So we need to type B in the chat in order for the portal door, in order for the door to open. So we need to type B. So as you can see here, the door opened. So for now, we are going to answer this question wrong by purpose. So propane contains how many carbon atoms? So as we know, it contains 3 carbon atoms. But I will answer wrong, which I will answer A, because A contains only 1 carbon atom, but the propane contains 3. So the door is not supposed to be opened. So as you can see here, the door hasn't opened. So we need to type the correct answer, which is C. So for this question, what is the name of the compound HCCH? There is a triple bond between them, and the only one that includes triple bond is ethene, which is D. So as you can see here, the portal door has opened. So for this question, what is the name of this compound, hexene? Since it has 5 sides and 1 closed side, the answer should be B, which is hexane. And for the last question that I'm going to solve for this video, which of the following compound is called a cycloheptene? So the only cycloheptene contains 9 sides, so the answer should be D. So for now, I'm going to continue the video after reaching to the reward room. So as you can see from here, we reached until the portal room, which will take me to the parkour, which from there I have to play a set of games in order to win the reward. So as you can see here, this is the room or the place that we have to play, and we also have not to die. If we die, we need to repeat the whole game in order to reach to this part. So you can see here, this is the portal that will take you into the reward room. So here it is, as there is a sign that will tell you, congratulations, you have mastered the subject that we were solving. Then you can enjoy your time up there. And as well, in the real life, you need to go and show a proof to the teacher that you have finished the game, so we can make so he can spin a wheel of fortune, as I said before, so I can get so many rewards as well as sweets and snacks. Thank you.